Caffe Panna Stracciatella Pack Part 2. After a very, very successful Part 1, we had, what was it, eggnog, cranberry, and pistachio, which scored 8.5, 8, and 8 respectively. That is very solid. And I put those in the first part because they were the three that, for my personal taste buds, appealed the least to me. Not that they weren't good, they just weren't my typical flavor profiles I prefer. These last three though, peanut butter stracciatella, gingerbread stracciatella, and cookies in stracciatella. So let's see if, where these stand, if they rank even higher. Right now, this pack is easily worth an order. I'll let you know the final details after we dig into these three. Peanut butter stracciatella. This is a smooth peanut butter ice cream with pure Dos Rios chocolate shards. Now, anything peanut butter is always, highly anticipated. It's got a lot of hype around it, and this one's no different. Scooping the base alone, and that's key. You'll soon find out why, but scooping the base alone, it's a beautiful peanut butter flavor. Obviously, very natural, but I think what takes it to another level as far as the flavor is just the smooth creaminess of it. It mixes together with the cream so nicely. And it's a little salty, not too much, just a little bit, just enough. So all that said, it's essentially a perfect peanut butter flavor. Hold that thought though. We have what is known as Dos Rios chocolate shards. Also from Amano chocolate, but I didn't know much about it. So after researching it, I found out there's 0 additives. Like the other Amano chocolates have, some added fruit or spices. Nothing here. This is all natural. But the beans are grown in a very specific part of the Dominican Republic. So it gives the cacao beans what they call a bergamot type of flavor. Basically, you're left with an extremely bold, bitter, and citrusy chocolate. This is easily one of the most flavorful chocolates I've ever eaten. I was warned going into the scoop, just like I'm warning you now, quote, beware, the peanut butter takes a back seat because that Dos Rios chocolate has quite the punch. And I'd say that's accurate to a certain extent. The chocolate, like I said, was extremely bold, bitter, and citrusy, and it does have a punch, but you don't lose all of that peanut butter flavor. Like I can still tell it's a peanut butter ice cream, but it does lose some of that natural, salty punch that you had when you were just eating the base alone. Nonetheless, I think it does play well together. But even better is the tiny, I'm gonna call it crispy bite these shards have. It just adds the most perfect textural bite to each scoop. So I'm gonna put it to you like this. This flavor is not your typical peanut butter and chocolate combo that everybody comes to love. But once again, I think it is very well executed. And while the chocolate may be bitter, I don't think it's that overboard. But you have to remember, we're adulting in this pack. So it's all about the stracciatella. 8.5 out of 10. Run as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread stracciatella. Perfect flavor for the holiday season, right? Sorry, I just dropped my flavor description pad. Anyway, this is just a gingerbread ice cream with black pepper cardamom chocolate shards mixed throughout. I'm a fan of gingerbread, and this is probably, let me see how I want to word this. I'm gonna say the most authentic. What I mean is, like, a lot of gingerbread flavors, they tend to just be, overly sweet. But this one is, while I don't want to say it is sweet. I don't want to say it's mildly sweet. It is sweet, but there's a ton of spices that are balancing the two flavors out, bringing the sweetness down a notch, at least so it tastes. Think your usual, not that this is a usual flavor, but think cinnamon, cloves, nutmeg, ginger, allspice, all of those beautiful, what I like to call fall and winter spices, mixed with that sweet molasses flavor. Make for one heck of a gingerbread ice cream. Dos Rios chocolate, once again, but this time it's spiked with cardamom and black pepper. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't really notice them in this stracciatella. So basically you're just left with a chocolate flavor. And maybe That's because the black pepper and cardamom are, you know, they're spices as well. So maybe it just builds on the flavor of that gingerbread base even more. So basically, you're left with one of the spiciest and most natural gingerbread flavors overall that I've ever scooped. Honestly, I'm not big on the whole gingerbread and chocolate flavor combo. But here, the stracciatella is just, it's so thin and there's only a little bit of it at one time that it gives you just enough flavor to change things up. I can promise you, this is the definition of gingerbread. 8.5 out of 10. Hey, you want to say hey real quick? I feel like they hadn't seen you in a minute. Good God, you're big. He's like 15 pounds. Say hey, bud. He's trying to grab the ice cream. All right. He is massive. Killing so many birds, squirrels, snakes. Last, and certainly not least, minor spoiler alert there, cookies and stracciatella. Just listen to this. Oreo infused ice cream, everyone's favorite, with cookies and cream bar flakes. So the stracciatella is made with the famous Hershey's cookies and cream candy bar. And I know you are all aware of that candy bar. I ate that stuff like crack. Friendly reminder, don't do drugs. Please don't do drugs. But I ate that stuff like crack when I was a punk. And just look at this ice cream. Just look at the color of it. It screams Oreo. Just like you've taken those Oreos and steeped it into this beautiful, dense cream for that, you know, that gray-like color. Not only does it look like Oreo milk, but it tastes just like it too. Sweet, creamy flavor balanced with that slightly bitter chocolate from the Oreo wafer cookies. And these stracciatella chunks from the Hershey's cookies and cream candy bar play extremely well with the base. Totally different flavor profile with that white cream, buttery sweetness being the standout. It tastes exactly like the candy bar and it bites like it too. So it would easily melt in your mouth, but if bitten into, it has that light, airy crispiness from the chocolate balls within the white cream. Ding, ding, ding. We have a winner. Not that this whole pack isn't a winner, but this is heads above the rest. Go buy this right now. 9.5 out of 10. So now that the whole stracciatella pack is complete, let's address a couple things. Yes, there is only one pint that rated higher than a 9, but overall, this pack is what you call consistency. I don't think, shoot, I know that I've never had a pack be this consistent. Every pint rated an 8 or higher. That's saying a lot. Well, let's actually get an average. We had what? 3 8.5s and an 8. No, 2 8s and a 9.5. That's an 8.5 average for the pack. That's unheard of. And I got even better news for you. If you're like a big fan of the particular flavor, like eggnog or cranberry or even pistachio for that matter, you might be likely to rate these even higher. So, I can't stress this enough. Buy this pack before it's gone. Hallie called her own shot. This is absolutely my favorite pack yet. And I 100% most certainly agree with that statement. Go out, buy it now before it sells out. Thanks for watching, guys.